The Extinction Wasteland is considered to be an uninhabitable location because, well, it's very deadly, and corrupted creatures are annoying. But I decided I would take on the challenge of spending 100 days there. I'm going to spend, not survive. It's really hard to survive there. I learned that pretty quickly. So yeah, only rules are right here, and I'm running out of time, so let's get on with the video. Alright, well, I started off day one by, running to the Wasteland, because, turns out there's no spawn in an area considered to be very dangerous. Who would've thought? Anyways, after not too long, I finally reached the Wasteland. I got the essentials, and then I noticed a corrupted trike in the distance. I then established my base location. I then went out to find some crystal because, well, I needed a spyglass. As you may have noticed, in the process, I died a few horrible deaths. That'll happen. This place is very dangerous and has a bunch of random creature spawns. I then found and knocked out a level 10 Parasaur. After that, I crafted a bunch of narcotics for levels, and, well, narcotics are just generally useful, so. And now I have a smithy. And then, using a combination of smithy crossbow and the narcotics for trank arrows, I tamed a Textego. On day 3, I knocked out an Anki. Day 4, I finally made myself a set of ghillie. I then proceeded to do more resource grinding, which I've been leaving a lot of that off camera, and I will continue to do so throughout the video until maybe late game, because there's not really much other stuff interesting late game except for, you know, all the interesting stuff I do. I found a random compy attacking my stuff, so I decided to tame him. He shall now be known as Companford. I also crafted my first gun, a simple pistol, which is pretty nice. After some more resource grinding, sure you'd love to see that, I crafted a Pteranodon saddle. And with my newfound flying abilities, I flew across the wasteland in terms of exploration. I explored another run later, and I was back to base looking for an RG. After some more resource grinding, I know, it would have been very fun to see. In fact, I think I should show all 20 minutes of it. I got ready to tame an RG, and, yeah, RG tame. Day 6, I crafted and created a Rex trap. I opted to tame an Archaeopteryx for no reason, I just wanted it. I then attempted to trap a Rex, and in some struggles trying to trap it, this happened. There goes my Archaeopteryx as the first tame dead. And right after this event happened, the first meteor shower happened. Now, in the Wasteland, there are meteor showers, and they can instantly kill anything they touch and destroy buildings and kill tames. So this was pretty terrifying to not be able to leave the Wasteland and just watch. After that pretty scary encounter with the meteors, I tamed the Doedicurus. After that, I set out on my ROG and went for the weirdest Rex taming I've probably done so far. At some point, I also knocked out this level 75 RG. Don't know when, but I do know is that that's a pretty useful RG. After a while, the Rex finally tamed, and now I have my first good Wasteland tame. I set out a tame of Velonosaur because there's a small area of domes around the edge, which is technically Wasteland. And now, why would Ark ever lie to me? You know, because like the egg was definitely free and all. So yeah, it's only the Wasteland. I can go in there. Yeah. On day 9, I defended a 10k element node, which is the easiest level, and it's kind of like a 5-wave tower defense, where I have to defend the elemental creatures coming from all sides, which are lower level and lower tier creatures on the easiest difficulty, which I'm doing right here. And in the end, it gave some pretty decent element. I couldn't find anything interesting for the first half of day 10, so here I just take the opening of Ark Lore Control Center, which should be coming out in 15 years. I went out by the snowdome on my RG to scout out for Gigas or Karks or anything high level I could tame over there, because, well, I need to start my army as soon as possible if I want to actually beat the King Titan. Anyways, after some more absolutely thrilling resource grinding, I was back on the grind and I started to Safari tame a Rex. As you can see, that trap I made came in real handy. On day 11, I begun to Rex breed. I also gave my code violation of a base a bit of a makeover. And then, guess what? Another meteor shower, which this time I hit on the sanctuary wall and I was away from my base, but still, that's 2 within 10 days. That's a lot. Anyways, shortly after, I decided that I want to make an egg incubator soon. I'm gonna be honest, going for the industrial forge probably would have been a better decision. Yeah, another thing I forgot to mention is that it feels like when my base is constantly under attack, like, first there's a defense unit, and like 30 minutes later, a Cryptid Rex pulls up, and that's part of the reason why I'm reading Rexes. And I can defend my base for now, but then the other part of the reason is because I'm trying to do a yellow OSD with an army of them. For those of you who don't know, and are just watching this, I'll elaborate. OSDs are like these drops that come from the sky, and they have a loot inside of them. And when you get close enough, you initiate a defense, hence where you have to defend against hordes of corrupted creatures, and then you can get the loot inside. There are 4 tiers, blue, yellow, red, and purple, or legendary. I'm trying to do a yellow, which is pretty easy later on, but early on it's pretty hard. And then I'm trying to do a blue one with my Rex to get cryopods. I also forgot to mention that because I'm a dementia patient at this point. Anyways, at the beginning of day 12, I started remodeling my base. After that building, there was yet another meteor shower. After that, I did the most reasonable thing, got myself a better haircut, and then I continued on my day. On day 13, the Rex had finally grown up. And then I went on a little bit of a level grind. After the XP grind and more absolutely thrilling resource grinding, I should actually show all 40 minutes of that. I tamed a gas bag. I set out on the Wasteland, and after around 20 minutes of searching, I found a blue OSD that I could do, which finally, because I was on a good Archie, so I went out and I did the OSD, and well, the loot payoff was pretty good. And I was also just waiting for metal to smelt from my egg incubator, so by the time I got back, I had enough metal to make the egg incubator. So I placed it and started crafting the electrical system. After terribly failing to make the electrical system, because this thing, this stupid egg incubator wasn't an S+1, meaning automatically, I couldn't power it. I tried it with normal power generator, I couldn't power it. I don't get what's wrong with it, I don't know what's wrong with it, I could not power it, and I want to power it. But then the eggs were still incubating for whatever reason, I don't know. Anyways, the Rex is hatched, so that's pretty cool, I guess. And then after that, after the little egg incubator skirmish, is that I have the wires. It turns out the S+ feeding trough doesn't work, and I use normal ones for the rest of the video after this one. And I'm just now realizing that the reason the S+ feeding trough didn't work was because the Rexes weren't juvenile, causing me to use the inferior feeding trough, the normal ones, the vanilla ones, for the rest of the duration, as I mentioned. On day 17, I tried out my gas bag, and it's either they're bad or I'm really bad at using them. Probably the second one, considering it's my first time using a gas bag. Then, after more resource grinding, yippee, how exciting! I should show all 28 minutes of that. I finally got the S+ incubator, which is that's great. I can actually incubate the egg. After that, the Rexes grew up, and let's just say, what's 17 plus 52? Alright, trivia time. What is the best way to level up your Rex? A. Go on a killing spree. B. Cryopods. C. Cannibalism. Or D. All of the above. Well, the answer was cannibalism. Yeah. Then I, attempted to tame a Melanosaur by the edge of the desert dome. I then had the most infuriating flight there on my gas bag. I chose the gas bag instead of my Pteranodon. It was a stupid decision because I don't know how to use them. I think they're good creatures. Don't take my word on this. Take a word on somebody who actually knows how to play the game. I just know about funny gas bag, funny unloaded. And I died anyway. So then I was forced to take the Pteranodon over, which I should have done in the first place, and then I wouldn't have wasted that much time. And then I couldn't find my Pteranodon, so allow me to introduce this to you, my friend, Creature Finder Deluxe. It's a pretty cool mod, just like S+. I'm playing on Steam if you couldn't tell. Actually, no, I'm playing on my Nintendo Switch. Then, after getting back my Pteranodon, I managed to net, and then I tamed the Volanosaur. I spotted a yellow OSD in the distance, and decided with the 4 Rexes I had cryopod, I was going to run it. There was just, about 3 problems in the area. Reapers, an enraged Rex, and, more Rexes. So, I decided just, to hell with it, I'll run it anyways. Attempt a yellow OSD with 4 level Rexes is a very bad idea, especially when there's a range Rexes in the area. And then, on the dawn of day 19, it happened. My Rex's forces were overwhelmed. We couldn't hold out much longer. And they fell. I managed to escape within an inch of my life, got back on my RG, and fled. Never to speak of it again. Man, I just lost so much. Oh hey, would you look at that? A 140 male wild Giganotosaurus. Just waiting to be tamed. Give me some prep time, and I'll go tame you, Mr. Giganotosaurus. Day 20, and I thought I was ready to tame the Giga. I wasn't. I didn't bring any narcotics. And then, thinking I could tame the Giga, I went over, and turns out, I built the trap, and then it just went off the edge. So now, this entire trap I just made is useless. 350 metal down the drain, and I barely have a metal supply. There's also a level over Ark in the area, which I wanted to kill my Volanosaur, because that's why I tamed it. But, I just kind of left my Volanosaur there and took off with my RG and went back to base. I already deleted the file off my editor, and I don't want to reopen it and do the undo button, so yeah. After some very eventful resource grinding, I literally just whacked rocks with 2 different creatures. I'd begun to head back to where the Giga was to retrap it. And then, turns out, the Giga despawned. Alright, no creatures despawned a single player, my ass, wild card. First of all, you despawned a bunch of random stuff earlier that I just didn't include. And now you despawn a 140 Giga, like my only hope of actually starting a Giga army really early on. But you wild card, you just had to ruin it all. You did this, wild card. In fact, I think you intentionally went to my game files and did this. Yeah, and worse for worse, and worse yet, turns out, it got replaced by a level 20 Kark. Turns out, I can't really kill Karks right now, because I don't have the power to, and they're really tough. So, my only hope of starting a Giga army is, I sure do hope I find a high-level Giga soon. I Turns out, I found this guy frolicking around the fields. Level 95. Not as good as the 140 it deleted for me, but still pretty good nonetheless. I then realized that, this was gonna be, really hard to do on RG back. I should tame a Managarmer. So I went back to my base to get the nets, and then, well, I found this level 70 going around, and, 70 is good enough for me, especially on Extinction, where it gives you the worst possible levels known to man. I don't even... Then, when he escaped the net, he jumped into the snow dome. Now, normally, this would mean I can't tame him, but let's just say this Managarmer was, very important to my future plans, yes? Anyways, yeah, okay. By listening to this, you fully permit that I went into the snow dome for a few seconds, and you fully accept it as I still stayed in the Wasteland. It got even better when I got there, because from him jumping around, it wasted a lot of his food. And now I have one of the most controversial tames in all of Ark, but undisputably a good tame. So, in the midst of my quest, I went on an exploring run with the Managarmer. After murdering more defenseless Rexes, I got levels. Yippee! After killing a bunch of creatures around the trap and failing to lure the Giga in, I realized a few things. This was going to be much harder than I thought. And in order to tame one, I just pray that nothing attacks. And then it turns out this entire time I built the trap rock, meaning I had to redo like the half of the trap that actually trapped the Giga in, and just the staircase that also trapped the Giga in, meaning my entire plan has been foiled for now. Yippee! And then I finally, after an hour of attempting on day 23, got the Giga in the trap after fixing it, like first try. Now, just tame it. And then began the infinite drugging of the Giga by shooting arrows into its tail. Wow. Why did they make its turbo so high? I'm sure you enjoyed that very high quality meme that I put a lot of thought and effort into, because literally at 94. But turns out I didn't have enough tranks and I ran out of them, meaning I couldn't tame the Giga. After that incident, I decided I'd just do this 10k element node nearby. Oh, but wait, never mind! Let's just put a conveniently placed meteor shower full of random chance right here. Seriously, I thought these things were meant to be rare, but within the first fourth, I've already gotten 3 of them. Alright, after the meteors cleared up and I did a bunch of XP grinding, then I found this area, which seemed to be quite peaceful for the Wasteland. I might move there. To start off day 26, I fell in the sunken forest, and I fell through the map kind of, and it was really weird to get out, but I got out, because I'm just better. To take my mind off the fact that I just lost a Giga, I tried to do another 10k element vein. I was in a Discord call and I finished the element vein, so therefore no sound and blocked overlay, because you don't have to know anything about any Discord call on, man. Just as I don't have to know anything about any of the Twitter posts you make. I didn't get a lot of element because I only went straight for the middle vein, which was a pretty big mistake. One thing that you could or could not have noticed was the fact that I've been consistently swapping between PvP and PvE. I only turn on PvP when I'm going to kill something like a baby creature that I'm going to use for XP. But PvP, he is pretty bad for OSDs because I can damage on my creature. So I use PvE for that. Just a little note. Alright, so after like an hour of nothing interesting happening, I tried to kill a Kark after luring it into a pit, and hoping that my launch were going to take it down. And as you can see, it did not go down very well. I somehow managed to survive that. I still don't know how. I'm still bamboozled by it. Now I'm practically defenseless and without a tame, so I have to make it back up to my manning armor. Then, well, this happened. Then I flew back, and turns out my stuff was in the rock, so I had to go into Ghost to go get it. But then, when I was in Ghost, you know that cryptid rock drake that jumped me? I tried to lure her off the edge, and I forgot that they can climb walls, and it came up and jumped my RG and killed him. So, I gave Ark the middle finger and flew over to my manning armor and Ghost. Now, if you get mad that this is cheating, remember, this whole entire thing stemmed from the fact that Ark can't figure out where its hitboxes are. So I would say it's got some justifiability to it. Yeah, I killed the guy. That's interesting, right? Day 30, I defended what color is it again? The blue dropper. Yeah, that one. Now, it took a while, but the loot haul was pretty good. I will mention that I have been slowly building a mosh pit of Gigas, Karks, and corrupted Gigas below the snow dome, just because I need a way to get them to respawn, and that gets them to respawn. Day 31 had nothing interesting, but I had to include it, so here is me defending a blue OSD at the end of day 31. So at the start of day 32, I finished defending the blue OSD. Man, I'm tired. I then went down into the trench to get Sarco skins, because, well, the Desert Titan, and expected to be prepared sooner than the last second. In the process, I tamed this Megalosaur. I didn't need him, I just wanted something to do. I was pretty bored. I went back to the Bracken Institution, because I was planning on using it as a base location sometime soon. Day 32, I started getting Fire Talons, which, 10 of them. Corrupted Wyverns are awful to kill, and needing 10 of them is even worse. Day 33, I tamed another RG, because, well, my other one died to that Corrupted Rock Drake. After I hatched up another baby Rex, this happened. There goes my Anki. I should probably stop leaving stuff out, but I continue to do so throughout the rest of the playthrough, because, well, note to self, yeah. I set up a Kark trap because I noticed a 135 Kark prowling around the snow dome, which that would be a very good tame if I could get that. And then, day 34, in the midst of trying to trap it, I made a fatal mistake. I had trapped my mana armor in a large bear trap, and was stuck floating in the air myself. I couldn't move, and the Kark had no open bite on me. I desperately flew back to the air where my mana armor was soon to be dead, hoping that it was just a slight bit of a chance that the Kark despawned when I relogged. Unfortunately, I was already too late. I had to get my stuff back, sneakily. And now I was mana armorless. And now, this video may seem really fast to you, like, I'm talking like this is probably like 13 minutes after I tame my mana armor. But to me, I had the thing for 13 hours, and I loved it. So I want another one, and I'm going to tame another one. And then, well, I spent the rest of day 34 just looking for a mana armor that was worthy of taming. I couldn't find it. it wasn't until halfway through day 35 that I got sick of it and just changed the wild max level to 180 with an interval of 6. So now, everything's in an interval of 6, and, I should get higher levels. Alright, day 37, and now I have another Mana Garmer. Lower level than the last one, but still a decent one. Yeah, then I just kind of fought stuff with it. That's about it. I then, with a video guide, went on a huge Explorer outrun to get my Mana Garmer a lot of levels really fast. This Mana Garmer used to be level 89. Now take a Gardener at his new level. At the start of day 39, I began to tame a new Enki. And then, within a short period of time, 2 tragedies struck. All at once. At the end of day 39, I begun to finalize my preparations for moving over to the Bracken Institution, along with taming another Enki. And on day 40, I made the move official. Day 41, I got a small base established there. Then the bears got too close to my base, and these bears, my eternal crusade against them, has just begun. Day 42, I also constructed enough stuff for another Giga Trap, because, well, the old one got destroyed, and I still don't know why. What I do know, though, is I'm using the S+ pillars this time. And then, I found one. A level 108 Giga. This is a good Giga. First good one I've seen, and now I'm fully prepared. So, I began to prepare by building a trap. I got it in the trap, began tranking. But then, in the middle of tranking the Giga, a meteor shower started. But I was not going to let that stop me, so I decided, to hell with it, and kept tranking it. And then, in the middle of the meteors raining down from the sky, the Giga went down. After the Giga knocked out, shortly after, the meteors stopped. You know, very convenient timing. And the Giga finally woke up around halfway through day 43. And then I decided to head back to my base on my Mana Garmer. And then me and my Giga became friends, lived happily ever after. We got a handshake from the president. Now, if you couldn't tell, I was obviously just deceiving you. You see, this happened instead! Yes, that's right. Ark is a bug-free and real fun experience here. You know, it didn't just have me fall off the map when I went for a drink of water and then have my Mana Garmer die, me die, all my Giga gone, everything gone, my Giga gone. So, naturally, in response, I flew back over, I grabbed my stuff, and I summoned a new Mana Garmer. Call it unjustified, but you cannot tell me that that situation was not complete bullshit. And then, after this, to remember the time that Ark completely wronged me like that, I gave myself a chibi Mana Garmer, named the Incident of 43. I then leveled up this new Mana Garmer because, well, now it was severely under-leveled in stamina and everything. Day 44, I decided I would finally tame a Bronto, considering, now that might be a little useful. I then noticed my Mana Garmer was being attacked. But the Scorpion hit me and I was being chased, so, actually, that wouldn't end very well. And as I sat there, waiting for my Mana Garmer to take action, the Scorpion decided he wanted his entire bloodline ended when he killed Companford. After a failed attempt to get back, I realized my best bet was to go through the Desert Dome. Now, yes, technically it's out of the Wasteland, but it's a spawn location. And you see, a spawn location, all I have to do in a spawn location is get out of it into the Wasteland, and it doesn't count because I just spawned. Kinda like that. So I then retrieved my stuff, tamed the Bronto, and all was well for now. I killed more wyverns day 45. They're pretty useful, because I, need 10 of their fingernails to summon the Desert Titan. Day 46, and I'm out trying to tame this level 72 Giga of the opposite gender. Now, it's not the best of levels, but I'll take it at this point. I'll just take any Giga at this point. After some lengthy training, it went down, and then it came back up as my team. I brought the Gigas back to base, and then I started on my army. I also tamed a Gotcha.
Now, hear me out on this one. This one is essential.
Okay, this one is completely necessary to me getting a quest platform saddle, because I just do not try to harvest silicate. It's awful. It's in the forbidden zone, and it only gives you like 2 per. And then I hatched the Giga. On day 48, I went out into Sanctuary to tame a Tapajara. Now, I know, but like, I needed it. Trust me, that's one. I really needed it. And then, while looking around, I found what I was actually looking for. Quetzal. Now, Quetzals, you can use them to defeat the Desert Titan, which is what I'm planning on doing, hence the Raised Giga and the Tapajara. The Tapajara is to make the Quetzal taming easier. See, it's all coming together now. That's why I needed it. And on day 50, after more preparing, I thought I was ready. Now, if you know a thing or two about Quetzal Giga traps, you should know that the design I made sucks. They can walk over it and get knocked out of it. It's awful, and I'll demonstrate why. Alright, I forgot to start recording at the beginning of day 52, so you'll just have to take my word on it, but I hatched 3 more Gigas. After all, I did let the other Gigas lay eggs for quite a while. Day 53, and I'm still raising Gigas. After fully imprinting the Gigas, I took my already grown Giga out to level in the Wasteland. I also defended a 10k element node on my Giga. Not too long after, I got bored and gave up on the element node. And then I started getting sauropod vertebrae and tyrannosaur arms for a very specific purpose. Now, if you're part of the 4.2% that realized that 10 seconds ago my Gigas were a different name, yes, I'm going to fight the Forest Titan hater, and yes, I gave them funnier names because, well, Forest Titan 1, 2, and 3 aren't exactly the trio of all time. Day 55 and my Giga egg stockpile is growing by a lot. I started raising all 6 of the Gigas after that. That's a lot of Gigas to raise at once. Day 55 and another meteor shower hit as well, so I kind of just hid at the edge of the desert dome. After that, I got back to raising Gigas again. Day 56 and I'm still raising Gigas. On day 57, the Giga has finished raising and it was ready to fight the Forest Titan. After going through the pretty annoying cave, well, I put my stuff in, and I got ready to fight. Day 58, I got ready to begin for a pretty awful grind for the tech replicator. This lasted through day 59, but I finally found an urge to tame for metal runs. I begun by grinding a lot of crystal. And then, part of the endless metal running began. The rest of day 60 was just spent gathering metal for the tech replicator. Day 61, I was simultaneously raising gigas and metal running for the tech replicator. I also gathered some polymer. Day 62, and the metal smelting. I got tired of just waiting around for the metal to smelt, so I went and tried to do an element vein. For any of you wondering why there's no sound half the time, it's because I have wireless headphones. Whenever Ark changes audio, it just completely mutes it. Around the end of day 62, I decided I would finally move on to yellow drops with a giga. Day 63, and I have the yellow drop done. And I will say, the loot haul was pretty good. I also hung the Forest Titan trophy on my wall. Day 64, and just look at it. Metal smelting. That's a very good description of day 64. Using my natural aura of Alzheimer's, I forgot to record for the first half of day 65. But after so much waiting, I was finally able to get my tech replicator. I placed it down and I transferred everything into it in the most convoluted way I could. Day 66, I defended another element node. I also tried to test my luck with a purple drop with a Giga Hit Squad. Did not end very well, and I ended up losing a Giga. End of day 66, I went back to the trench to collect more Circo skins, because, well, I failed the Desert Titan, and I was going to do them again soon. Then, I forgot it was technically night. I tried to go get a Circo skin, and a Megalo jumped me. Day 67, and I realized my best bet was the Desert Dome, because my gas bag was still there. After that, there was just kind of a lot of chaos, but my Giga still lit everything. Day 67, I was also exploring, and, well, there was one place I hadn't explored yet. The Forbidden Zone. I spent my time exploring the dangerous landscape, but the constant presence of fire wyverns was ever so, skimming down my health. And, well, eventually, it got me really low. I realized my only option was to run, and I tried to escape. But it was already too late. My mana armor was low, out of stamina, and in flames. It was guaranteed he was to die. And when he died, I had no chance of surviving. After that, I respawned in the Snow Dome, and I eventually made it back to base. After a dino wipe, because there is no way I was actually going to deal with the shenanigans of the Forbidden Zone on the Tapajara, I got my stuff back. On everybody's favorite day, there was a meteor shower. I also just did a yellow drop on my Giga. I then defended another yellow drop. At the end of day 70, I finally managed to find another Quetz, and I begun to tame it. In a very, very long taming process. Also, me skimming over this footage forgot to mention that I crafted tech gauntlets. Well, now you know. Hey, look, the Quetz is about to tame. My bird! Yeah, my Tapajara died, but while going through the absolute struggle of taming that Quetz, I developed a pretty cool new flying method, and, yeah, you should just see it. Essentially, I used tech gauntlets to get up, I used the glider suit to get my tech gauntlets up further, and then I parachute while gliding, and I can essentially travel really far with this. Day 72, my entire life savings depleted later, I'm now ready to fight a Titan. So yeah, Desert Titan defeated. That only leaves one more Titan. The Ice Titan. And then King Titan, but like, we don't mention him in the 3 Titans. I spent the rest of day 73 gathering up stuff for my tech armor, considering I have 4 out of the 5 pieces. Wait, no, I have... Wait, how many pieces do I have? I think 3. Maybe? I don't know. And a massacre of corrupted creatures later, and now I have a mech. So, the reason I have a mech is because it is very, very, very dumb to be on a Giga during the Ice Titan fight, considering he does a lot of damage, so Rage Mode is much more likely. And I thought I was ready to fight the Ice Titan. After an extremely awful cave later, day 74, I was ready to fight him. But, my game was not having it. Just look at this. After 2 crashes, I decided, okay, I'll just summon him in manually. You know, I think that's fair, considering my game can't handle loading in a new area. Guess what? After not long, it crashes again. And then, I finally got the Ice Titan to work. And well, this is the first fight. You'll see why. Turns out, it didn't give me any of the engrams. So, I had to relog and respawn the Ice Titan to fight him again. I assumed it was justified because I really did not want to go through like 15 crashes again. Now, my main component was I would throw away the loot of the old Ice Titan because I didn't want double loot. I would also throw away the old trophy, and I would also whatever Giga died, they died. Alright, they were already low from the first fight, so I assumed it was fair considering the terms. This time I got the engrams, and the loot was insane. I got 2 shotguns and 3 pieces of tech armor that weren't blueprints. 3 pieces that weren't blueprints that I could craft. And look how much stuff that is. I get an industrial grinder growing. And over 2 Ice Titan fights within the same span, no healing. I didn't lose a single giga. I thought I was underprepared, considering I thought, oh yeah, I only brought 9, I'm gonna bring like 20 to this fight. And I thought, I'll just do it anyway. And it turns out I was way overprepared. Wow. Day 76, I defended a 25k element node finally, and the loot haul, especially with the element, you know, because that's like what you get from element nodes, was pretty good. 25k is what I'm doing from now on instead of 10k. I probably should have started doing better nodes a while ago. Day 77, I did a lot of grinding to try and get an industrial grinder, considering the stuff I got from the Ice Titan could be converted into a lot of metal. Day 78, and I got the stuff for an industrial forge. I'm doing this because there is absolutely no way I'm getting an industrial grinder without an industrial forge first. There's no way I'm going to do that, because the metal smelting for the tech replicator was already bad. I do not want to have to go through that level again. Yeah, I also crafted a tech helmet because, well, I could finally have a set of complete tech armor. On day 78, I tried to raise 10 gigas that I had been saving in the egg incubator for a while now. But then, on the morning of day 79, I realized the feeding trough was empty, and my gigas were dying out fast. This was the work of the bears, no doubt. To take my mind off the fact that I just lost 10 gigas, I tamed a level 114 manic armor after finding one. I saw a red drop, and I pulled up my Giga Hit squad, knowing that I might actually be able to do this one. The loot haul was really good. I went back to base and did my newly defined metal grinding. So, just like Med-X, I'm now addicted to red drops. But first, I gotta do some crystal grinding for an industrial grinder. Then I was out in the oil fields doing my typical capitalistic tendencies. Yeah, another country given freedom. Day 81, and I did another red drop. No, I'm not addicted. It's not like gambling, trust me. I did more quote upon quote metal grinding. I was breaking floors by placing floors on top of them. Bada boom, bada bam, profit. After spending all the stuff I got, I made a mining drill. And, oh my god, why didn't I make this sooner? It's so good! After that, I hashed a bunch of gigas again. Hopefully they don't all die this time. Day 83, I raised a lot of gigas. Like, a lot of them. Day 84, and I'm defending a 50k element node on a giga. I got a pretty decent element haul in the end. Later the day, I defended another 50k element node. And, just look at this. I know I mistaked the element node I defended last for a 50k. It's a 25k. But just look at how much element I'm getting from this 50k. Like, this is actually crazy. I only went for the middle, and I got like 600. I also defended another red drop.
But you gotta hear me out. The loot's really good. It's really fun. It's like a gamble, but you get no. The loot's just always good. Hear me out.
Day 86, I was bored and wanted to loot, so I killed the Forest Titan. Day 87, and I was finally able to craft a 168 Journeyman mech that I've been meaning to get for a while. I assembled it at the King Titan arena, because I thought I was going to use it to fight King Titan. Day 88, hello, hey, look at this, an overview of all my gigas so far. I couldn't find anything else interesting. Day 89, I hatched 16 baby gigas. Yippee, so exciting. I could not find anything interesting, just like day 88. You'll never guess what I did day 90 for hatching that many gigas. Pfft, opportunity to leave my base? No, they all had different imprint timers. Day 91, I tamed a snow owl. It's an owl, but like, snow? Also healing through freezing. It's like a cryogenic stasis healing magic chamber. I'm just trying to drag the video length out at this point. While waiting for my gigas to raise, I created a very large wall. This wall was meant to finally separate myself from the tactical attacks that the bears have pulled. I mean, they've pulled some devilish things in this era. And then it was also to get the corrupted creatures out of my base. They've just been swarming me, and I'm getting tired of it. Day 92, I dyed my tech armor. I think it looks nice and kind of fits with like the extinction theme of corruption. It's got like the element colors. Day 93, I looked at my tech replicator. Very interesting, I know. Day 94, in the middle of building another border, because I'm now my own sovereign state, my snow owl was killed. I forgot to start recording again, but I broke my tech helmet using a rocket launcher. So that's pretty funny. So I realized I was being stupid and a mech was not a good idea for the King Titan. So, I should go tame the Ice Titan. It's not like he has a very large habit of crashing my game. But first, I'm gonna mess around a bit. So I asserted my dominance over Giga by hovering above it and shooting it. Also, a red drop. I'm not addicted at all to the red drop. No, it's not. I'm not addicted to the loot. I'm not addicted. So I grinded for the ice scent requirements. That's the main reason I was putting on while messing around. And seriously, I do not know what historical beef the Ice Titan has with my RAM and memory, but this Ice Titan, this thing, absolutely has beef with it. He destroys it every time he's on screen, and I don't get why. What I do know is, I couldn't summon him in, like, at all. My game crashed so many times. In fact, there were, like, multiple days where it was just crashing, and I didn't record any of it. So, I opted for the next best one, the Forest Titan. And I decided to tame it without an MSCM. On the slowest and most mentally slowest Titan. What's the mentally fastest Titan? That goes to the evil Desert Titan. He's got war tactics. Like, he's like the bears. He's smart. I'm telling you. Speaking of Titans, I would like to speak about them while I tame the Forest Titan in the background. So, I'm going to give my overview of all the Titans. So, first of all, we got the Desert Titan, apparently the youngest. He's without a doubt the most intelligent Titan. If you're telling me that guy is dumb, then you're wrong. Like he's just slow, but he can fly. But he's got the evilness of the Phantom from Minecraft. And then he's got war tactics. Like he'll send his flock out to dismount you, and the flock dismounts you, and then you get struck by lightning instantly. I'm telling you, he's got tactics. He has war tactics. The Ice Titan, he's the most agile, but he's kind of mentally slow because he just attacks everything. He's just a me kill everything kind of Titan. And he's powerful, and he can breathe ice, so he's automatically cool with a K in my book. Then we have the Forest Titan. Now he's mentally slow. Oh, he's physically challenged. All right. Wait. Yeah, sure. He looks like a taller Groot. I personally think he looks like a tree, but like taller. You know, because he is one. But yeah, he's literally just a sapling on lean. And then we have King Titan. I'm fighting him on day 100, if you couldn't tell, and we're on day 97. Anyways, I'll quit my Titan rant. Yeah. And so, the Titan tames. I spent the rest of day 97 and part of day 98 walking the Force Titan up to the Forbidden Zone. Day 98, there was yet another meteor shower. There were like 3 others that I left out of the video, but yeah, this should be the last one. Day 99, and I've come a long way. Since day 1, when I was right outside of Obelisk Park, struggling to survive, anything could have killed me in that moment, and a lot of stuff did. You cannot survive this wasteland unless you're a born badass, which is why I died a lot. I made a graveyard memorial to every tame I lost along the way, everything that was vital to my journey along the way. So, take a moment to stop eating your bag of chips, and, well, just remember all the stuff that died on my journey. Wow, that section must have been boring. But, you might be thinking, what? Attempt 1? That's right, this was 2 attempts. Then my hard drive broke and Ark stopped working. Then I got a new hard drive. So this is actually my 2nd attempt at doing this, and it went a lot better. Anyways, now on to something more entertaining. Here's a cool montage that I made before the King Titan fight. Okay, no more preparation, no more procrastination. Let's do this.
Take a look. It's finally begun. The Arks are coming home. Each one carries with it the seeds of new life. Plants, animals, and humans. And these seeds will take root across the far corners of the world. Once they do, all that life will be unleashed. From there, it will spread, grow, and thrive. And this planet, our home, will bloom once more. As for the rest of the infection, well, the Arks can take it from here. In time, they'll purge every last bit of it from its soul. But make no mistake, this is all thanks to you. I'm just glad I got to see it. Look at that. Sun's rising.